Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video coming up. Thank you to all my subscribers, and if you're new, please consider subscribing, hitting the like button, leave me a comment. Probably in my next upcoming video, if we get 500 subscribers, we will be having a giveaway of some sort. Thank you.
Hey guys, Jeff Stroud here with Hurricane Strouds. Today what we'll be building is a little frame so my wife can take pictures, because we started an online eBay selling store and our quality of pictures just isn't there. So I feel like I need to build a frame to help our product sell and be more photogenic. We'll probably burn some wood. I got some plexiglass to mess with. Alright, we got our old Black & Decker chop saw out. She's old, but she's tried and true. 2 3-foot pieces marked, and we'll go ahead and cut those. Basically what we'll do is have it something like that. We'll have a back support here. Then we'll just tie the top and the bottom together. And it should be real simple, somewhat lightweight. Our house is probably like everybody else's, where it gets full real quick. This should be able to be safely put away in the garage. Should work great. What I've decided to do was take and mark 24 inches. That's gonna be where our upright's gonna go. I kind of like the height of this, so we'll get a measurement on this and we'll cut 2 of those out. We'll make those 24 inches. My wife ordered me a jig kit off of Wish probably 2 or 3 months ago, which I know we've had a pandemic and all that, but it still hasn't shown up. So that would be nice to do right now, because it would just make everything look a lot neater. Not a big deal. We'll make it look right. Now that we've done that, we got our 4 angles to cut. What we're left with is something like this, just to help give this upright some support. What we're going to use to tie these together is going to be a piece of 1x3 or 2x3. Just a cut down 2x4 to this glue. It's about as straight and knotty as you could ask for, but that's what we got. Just measure my piece of plexiglass that I'm going to be using. This is 1/8 inch thick. Basically what I'm going to try to do, and cut me an 1/8 inch strip through here. So all I got to do is slide the plexiglass in there, and it'll always be there. And if something happens to it, you can just pull it out. It's done. I'm pretty sure a saw blade cuts at 1/8 inch, but I'll measure it right here in a second. Okay guys, we measured the width of our saw, and it comes up to be 1/8 inch. So we technically should only have to make 1 pass on each board, and it should be wide enough for our plexiglass to slide through. Okay, I think we got all our pieces cut. On this last one, I had to adjust the blade height so it wouldn't cut into this straight line and take that whole piece off. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to pre-drill everything, make it where when we start our burning, we don't have to go back and drill fresh holes. It'll just make it look a lot nicer. We've got all our holes drilled. Now we're going to take a little bit bigger drill bit and probably go in, I don't know, 1/4 inch, just enough to hide the head of the screw. It makes the job look a lot better. Alright guys, what we got next is, well, first I'm going to start off, we got safety glasses and a water bottle. We got our torch. I might have to put a new gas thing on it, but that's fine. We got some weathered gray, and then we're going to top that off with polyacrylic and a scrub brush. We're going to burn it down to a char and use our brush, wipe the top off. It's a nylon type brush. I've tried like wire brushes. They just seem to cut into the wood. It makes the wood look grooved, and I really wasn't a big fan of it. Sandpaper, that kind of goes immediately back to like a tan color, which I'm not looking for either. Okay, here's what I had to do. I had to take an old scrap piece of plywood. Every time I turned my torch that way, the flame would go out. We got everything burnt like we want it to. We're gonna take our, I don't know, little scrub brush. I think my wife picked this up at Dollar Tree or somewhere like that. But you just take and just go with the grain, and it'll knock most of that char off. She's gonna get dirty as it can be if she gets over here. Alright guys, just for a comparison, this is original piece, what we started with, which would have been the exact same thing as this piece here. But, I mean, that looks so much more depth and detail. We originally were gonna go with the gray blend. I think it's like weathered gray. But we switched to this vintage aqua. I think that's gonna have a good contrast and give us our pictures we want to have. One might ask what I'm using for my stain applicator. This is my wife's bra that broke. A's to C's. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Also used reusable baby diapers that my son grew out of, and they work real great too. Gives it a nice blue contrast with the dark. Everybody, we had to pull everything back in the shop. It's like 6 o'clock, midnight. And now we're gonna take some of this poly acrylic and rub up here and give it the time to dry. We'll let it dry overnight and begin in the morning. Really excited about how this turned out from just an ordinary piece of pine, and now it looks like this. We'll put it together so we know what size plexiglass we need to cut. And now what we'll do is measure to get the plexiglass, get it painted, and throw it in there, and then we'll put our final touches on it. As we took and got our measurements inside, and we added like 1/4 inch on each side. I got my little helper to help me today. And what I've done is just gonna take this razor blade and use this right here as my edge. All right, we got that all scored up. And now what we're gonna do is take the clamps off and pull our cut line right to the edge of the plywood. Put a clamp back up there and clamp it down, and then we should just be able to break it off. And that's what it looks like. I'll take my little sander and sand these edges off, but I think it turned out real good. I think I got one spot over here that broke up under my cut line, but it is what it is.
That corner for you.
Alright guys, as you can see from that last little clip, my wife tried to do the scoring and hitting thing, but I've got an edge right here that I'm trying to stop at, and now we're missing this plexiglass over here now. But, you know, cracking all the pieces. Okay, note to self, using a jigsaw on this thin material, even with a fine tooth jig, does not work at all. Okay guys, what you can see from that last little clip, plexiglass is kind of hard to score and break without the proper tool. What I ended up having to do was take a piece, cut it to where it's halfway center, put this in there like that, so this will be our midpoint, and then put the other side here to make width long enough to fit inside here. Guys, we're going to use this Krylon frosted glass semi-transparent paint. Alright guys, we went 3 coats with the frosted glaze, and now I've flipped the boards over and I'm going to use this black. That does 2 things. That'll give us 2 options for a background. If we want more of a white haze background, or if we want a black background. So if you're doing white shoes, you'll have something that'll make the shoes pop. Alright, gloss didn't work out like we wanted to, so we're going to do one side black, one side white. Call it good. This is just some white paint I had laying around. Hopefully it still sprays. And hopefully we got enough to cover. Paint sucks. Alright guys, that spray paint right there, color, place, don't ever buy it. It's junk, complete junk. We had some leftover white paint, and I'm going to use this kind of brush. And it's actually will probably give it it'll be complementary to my stained wood frame. The way it just brushes out. Alright, as you see, I did not pee myself. I had to pressure wash some stuff. That took up the sawhorses. So we're on the back of the truck. It's good height to work on. And we're gonna do final assembly here and see what the end result is.
Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. Hit the like button and comment anything I can help you with. Thank you guys for joining.